Welcome to another episode of The Raw Truth. As always, I'm your host, BX Bad Boy, and today we're going to discuss honesty. So today we're going to talk about honesty. For those of you who have noticed, I've did multiple videos in one day. I have a lot to say and a lot of different things. But today, or this episode, is about honesty. And I'm going to tell you, people are afraid of it. I was talking to a friend of my son's. He wants to know something very dear and near to him, but he's afraid to ask. It isn't me he's afraid to ask. It's someone else. And he's afraid to find out the truth. This stupid fucking thing. He's afraid to find out the truth. Why is he doing that? Gotta love a GoPro. Anyway, so he's afraid to ask because he's afraid to find out that the truth is what he's afraid it is. So he's not going to ask. And the truth is, everybody's like that. I'm not afraid to ask, and I'm not afraid of the truth, whether I like it or not. There's not one question I've never asked. Now, when I ask is different. Like, I'm not going to go in the middle of church and go, hey, where the babies come from? Inappropriate. But if I'm at my doctor's office, like, hey, doc, how are babies made? Doctor me. Because that's the proper time. In church, it's not the proper time. But I've always asked questions and not cared about the answer. And what I mean by that, not afraid of it. Not go, I hope it ain't true. Mummy? No. If I want to know where I stand in your world, even if that standing space ain't shit to you, I want to know. I'm not going to go, I can't ask that question. I'm afraid. Fear is why this country is in such dire need of help. Because everyone's afraid to do what they've got to do because of what they might lose. But the douchebags that aren't afraid are the racists, scumbags, womanizers, sluts. Those people, they don't care about anybody but themselves. You know, like Donald Trump. Because it benefits him not to care about you or me. But those of us that are human beings tend to be afraid of honesty. To the point is, no one knows what it means anymore. And you can't tell me you know honesty when you see it. Because at the end of the day, you don't know until you can prove it. So, like I told you, I don't give a fuck. I'm not afraid to ask any question. But how do you know that? You gotta trust what comes out my mouth. I'm willing to test it. I don't care. I got no problem proving it. Whether you believe that either, I don't give a fuck. I take my daily fuck it all every morning, every afternoon, and every night before bed. And fuck it all has saved my life. Now, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, fuck it all means I don't give a fuck. Fuck it all. It reverts back to my motto. I'd rather you... This stupid device, man. I'm gonna punch it in its face. Now it does it again. Now I'm either bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller. GoPro, you're a dirty hoe. Fucking with my goddamn podcast, you little piece of shit. $400 for this stupid ass device. For what? For it to keep acting up on me? But I digress. It isn't that bad of a camera. It's just sometimes it acts weird. Like right now, it shrank the screen. At one point, it was doing recording on its own. And I'm like, what the fuck? Well, whatever. So, I go back to my conversation. I'd rather you hate me for the truth than love me for a lie. It's what I've been living by for 30 years. Because I'd rather you know that you can trust whatever comes out my mouth to be true, whether you like it or not, than for me to lie to you and you go, oh, he's the greatest guy that ever lived. And then come find out on your own that I can't keep the lie going. Because that's the problem with lies. Every time you lie, you've got to put another lie, and another lie, and another lie, until you forget the original lie. My son does it all the time. And he's like, Daddy, how do you get these? How do you figure out I'm lying? Because you forget the first lie you told me. And I make you have to go back to it after 15 more lies. Oh, shit. But honesty is the only policy. Or nothing at all. Now see, the difference is lying is the obvious opposite of honesty. You don't have to lie. Just don't say nothing at all. In the court system, this plead the fifth. And it's for the fact that, for those of you who don't know, pleading the fifth is I'm not going to say anything that might incriminate me. Which is the same thing as I'm not going to lie to you because it might incriminate me. So there's no point in lying. You might as well just not answer the question. Because at least the person cannot say, I can't trust you to tell me the truth. And sometimes that goes a very long way. A lot of my friends don't like me. They say I'm annoying. A bit of a dick. I don't know what they're talking about. But every one of my friends can tell you one motherfucking thing. They can trust me. And not trust me to do what's in my best interest. They can just trust me to do the right thing and always be honest with them. It's also something they don't like because do these pants make my ass look big? Yeah, heifer. But they say I'm annoying because I keep fucking with people. I think it's fun. Sometimes it's funny. I'm a ball buster and a sarcastic prick. It's who I am. Some of my friends accept it and move on. Others bury their head in the sand and act like I'm not there. I don't care. That's their choice. Because I tell you something, I've got a lot of friends that are family, and they're annoying too. Everybody has their own annoyance. I have friends and family that are conspiracy nuts. I have ones that are conspiracy theorists. Now what the difference is, they believe in conspiracy theories, which, you know, like superstition. There's nothing really wrong with that. Then I got the nuts that base their whole entire lives on these conspiracies. And if you dare say the conspiracy's wrong, they lose their shit. Now, conspiracy theorists will discuss it with you. They'll say what they believe, and you can converse with them, and they're not going to lose it and attack you and go nuts like Trump supporters. They'll say, listen, you need to look this up. You need to do some reading. You need to learn something. Whether they're right or wrong is irrelevant. It's their approach. Now, the sycophants are crazy. You tell them they're wrong, they lose their shit. I've got many of those. I've got plenty of those who believe in something that I think is far-fetched. And we can discuss it like human beings. And at the end of the day, we both say the same thing. And they will say this, that this is how we work. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So we hit a common ground. They think, whatever, the world's coming to an end. I don't. This is just an example. They're not going to try to force feed me that belief. They tell me, we'll see. And the irony in that statement is, if we're dead, you won't see. You're dead. Those are the people that are willing to be honest. And if you can show them their theories are wrong, well, they'll go, okay, I was mistaken. The bonker nutties, they don't. Even if you show them proof, they won't believe it. It's fake news, corrupt, bullshit. You made it up. It's fucking proof. Like those who believe that Trump did the best he could for this virus and pandemic, even though he, from his own fat, orange douche canoe mouth, says this is 5 times more dangerous than the most strenuous flu, and we need to socially distance, and we need to wear a mask because it's airborne. Even though he admits it in public, he says, "Oh, we were safe. We're almost done with this," which we're not. 100,000 people were just newly infected, and 1,000 people died in one fucking day. How is that around the curve? That's because they don't value our lives. We're just a statistic to them. So, I've shown this proof to these idiots, and these idiots get angry. Say, oh, that's doctor, that's fake. He said that back in high school, or any excuse. Those are the people that want to believe that this virus isn't important or dangerous, so they can go back to doing whatever the fuck it is they were doing, fucking sheep or cousins, or whatever. Donald Trump just wants the economy back to running. That's why he wants the kids in school, because if the kids are in school, the parents are back to work. And his fucking cohorts are back to making money. And so is he. Though he owes too much at this point, I don't think he can make any money. But I digress on that horse shit. He's the only president in history that never released his taxes. Other presidents held them, but they still released them. He's done everything in his power not to release them. He says he's under audit, he can't. Then how come the Supreme Court just ordered his taxes to be released to the prosecutor here in, well, not here, but in New York? And no, I don't actually live in New York. I live in Jersey. Anyway, the prosecutor in New York just got permission to see his taxes. But I thought he couldn't see his taxes because he's on the audit. Who you bullshitting? Like I said, afraid of honesty. Honesty's out the fucking window, honestly. I try to be as honest as possible. Even at the mere fact that I might lose friends or family or hurt someone. And I would have hoped they'd be the same way to me. But a sad fact is they're not. the sadder fact is I know which ones lie to me when they lie, and I just let it go. And for those of you who watch this video, oh yes, I know you've been lying to me. I know what your lying's about. And one of these days, it's going to catch up to you. Now that's not a threat, because I don't want nothing to happen to you. But lies catch up. And one day it will. And I honestly feel bad for you the day it does. Because anyone who really knows me will tell you, you're fucking up the best thing that ever happened to you. And that's because of one simple fact. I'm either your best friend or your worst fucking nightmare. I'm not going to be a partial friend. I go all in or I don't go at all. Not many people can say that. I can and have done it and still do. But I digress. Lies are like a fart in the car. Everybody smells them, but only someone knows where they're coming from. And honestly, it is what it is. Right, Donald? Donald, fuck up. Be honest. It may hurt, but it will set you free. And when you go to sleep at night, you won't feel like shit. You'll feel justified in anything you do because you were honest about what you did. So on that note, please subscribe and like these videos and reply. I promise not to flip out on you. I promise to do my best to converse. I prefer conversing than yelling, though most people know me for being a yeller. And it's not because I prefer it. It's because I'm very passionate about what I am and what I think. When you cross that, and not have a difference of opinion, when you cross it, now, I'm eventually going to yell. Because you're going to feel me one way or another. And you want to feel me nicely? Yeah, don't cross me. You want to feel me the wrong way? Cross me. And find out. Yes, I have a lot of built up frustration and anger at the moment because I'm tired of being fucked around with. When all I do is try to help everybody. My father's sitting in a rehab, recovering, trying to find his brain. And from what they told me, he's no better than he was 3 weeks ago. They cut off his pay, saying he's not disabled, so he has no medical insurance right now. And if things don't progress, his death will be soon around the corner. I'm not looking forward to it. And I hope no one ever has to go through this, but I'm sure they do. But on that note, please subscribe. I could use the followers and converse with me. Please do. I enjoy good conversation. If any of you have seen my videos in the past, when my brother's there, we have a great deal of conversing. We like to bounce off each other. We like to build. And it's not just because, physical building is what we do as well, though it does help. Because when you know how to build a building, you know how to build a foundation. You know how to put things together. So in a conversation, it does help, I must admit. But that's not why. We like building so we can figure things out and have a good conversation. So please, by all means, leave a comment. Just be respectful and I'll be respectful to you. On that note, it is 12:24 a.m. and I'm probably going to go have a cigarette and go to sleep, or I might make another video. I haven't quite decided. This will be 3. Yep, 3 in one night. I think I might make a 4th. Haven't decided just yet. But on that note, you have a good night, and I thank you for your time. Please send me some support, because I also put this as my podcast on Anchor. Please give me some support there if you're listening there, or on YouTube. Please subscribe. I could use the help. I said it 4 times now. I know, because I can use the help. I want to do more. I want to make this into something special. Not just me ranting into a microphone staring at a camera. I want to start doing reaction videos. Talk about other nicer topics. Probably will get nicer when Trump's out of office. But that's why I started the Marvel vs. DC. Because it's not a political thing. It's not a Trump thing. It's a rather nice thing. We're just discussing imaginary characters' powers. Check those out. I guess on that note, you all have a good night, and I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.